Hello everyone, welcome to CodeForAny, and today we need to shift UI, gyms and fitness apps inside. Today we need to develop this here, the exercise tab screens we need to develop. First of all, we need to see these designs inside the XD files. Now we need to open here, and today we need to develop this here, this exercise screens we need to develop here. Let's start. First of all, we need to import here the needed image inside these files. Now we need to open here the asset folders, and now we need to find out here the related image and to put this here now, and to set here the single scales like this sets. And now need to create here the new folders, new groups inside the top tab view. Create here the new groups and to give this here the name exercise. And now need to create here the new shift view. Here the shift UI view files need to create here and to give this here the name exercise tab. Tab screen, and now like this creates here. Needed files need to develop inside now first of all need to develop for this here the chat text like this, and now need to create here the scroll view, and after need this here the grid develops. Need to develop here the grids. First of all need to declare here the columns. Need to private where, and to give this here the columns like this creates equal to creates inside the grid item, grid items, and now need to dot flexibles, and to remove this here the unused parameters like this here, and also need to minimize this here, and also need to set here the spacing as a 15 and two columns. That's why need to give this here the two items like this creates, and to set this here. Now develop here the state array for the needed UI. Need to net this here list array, and I have already prepared and to paste this here this data, copy here and to paste this here. First of all need to set here the titles, subtitles and image names need to set here, already set inside the sets like this. Image names need to given this here same as here the set like this sets. Now scroll view inside we need to develop this here the lazy v grid, and give this here the columns as a columns configures here, and inside into like this sets here. Now first of all need to set here the paddings all 15, so need to set this here, and now need to call this here the for each loop, and now need to set this here the 0 slash, and to give this here the list array count, and now set here the id as a slash dot self, and create here the indexed as in, not as in, and like first of all need to develop here the z text, and also need to give this here the alignments. Need to set here the bottom leading, and contents inside need to set this here. Need to remove here the content syntax like this sets. Now need to set here the frame, as you need to pass this here the minimum maximum width, set here the infinites, and maximum height. Need to set this here the infinity, and now also need to set here the expect fill. Now set here the expect ratio, and we need to give this here the mode as a fields, and we need to give this here the value expect value, set here the 1 like this configures. Then after need to set here the background colors, color white, and also need to give this here the corners radius for this view, set here the 15, and then after need to set here the shadow, and to give this here the radius as a 2 like this configures. And now need to show this your UI, and to loading this here the data like this here the looking this here the UI, and also need to set here the spacings inside the grid, and we need to set here the 15s like this configures here, and look like this here the between this space and this space are the same. And now first of all need this here the data objects. Need to define here the let object is equal to list array, and give this here the indexed of this value, and like this inside the save. And now need to create here the image resource inside, not to give this here the object And to use this here the image parameters, and to optionals value need to set here the blank. Then after you need to set here the resizables modes like this sets, and also need to give this here the scale to fill. And now need to set here the params as a copy here the max width infinity and max height infinity like this sets here, and to configure this here. Otherwise you need to set this here the aspect ratio, set here the fill, and we need to set here the 1 like this configures are the displaying here the goods, and to set this years like this configures. And now we need to develop this here the view stacks, and to set this here the titles and subtitles UI need to develop here. First of all need to set this here the text, give this here the objects, and to pass this here the titles we like these sets here, and set here the fonts as a custom font extension methods need to call this here the semi bold, and to give this here the 15s. And then after you need to set this here the max centers need to set here. After same as you need to copy this data and pass here the optional value. I forget, don't worry. Now need to push this here, and same as you need to set this here the subtitles like this sets here, and change this here the fonts as a regulars, and set here the 10. Now we need to create here the decorations for this UI similar to HD file designs. First of all need to set this here the foreground colors. For the text colors need to set here the color dot primary text, and then after we need to set here the padding as a horizontal 8, and then after we need to set this here padding vertical dot verticals, and to set this here the 4 like this configures. And also need to set this here the background colors, colors primary app colors we need to set here. Now need to set here the corner radius, and with these corners now need to set this here the bottom, set here the 15s, and to give this here the corners as a bottom left, and also need to configure this here the corners against. And now top right corners we need to set this here, and we need to set here the 13. And after we need to give this here the paddings of the this UI, set here the padding set as a 20, and look like this here the sets, and to reload this UI here not reflect, but now need to configure inside the top view, and to change this here the UI as a exercise tab screens, and to configure here. Now load done, and to show like this here, but not reflect this here the UI. Need to check here, maybe run this here, reload again, and now the load done, and to show the like this UI. And also need to change this here, sometimes maybe cache issue, that's why not to reflect this here the similar UI. And now need to compare with the HD files. Now need to open here and show these here, both are UI are the similar to show these here. And also need to check with the top tab view, and to select this here the exercise view, and also compare this here, look like this similar to show this here. If you like this video, please give the thumbs up. If you're new user, so please subscribe my channels and press the notification bell icon. You can get every new video notifications and awesome content. If you have any questions, so please write down the comment sections. I will help you and sort out your issue. Everyone have a nice day. Goodbye and take care.